Why I'm a Comedian by Amy Gross. So, I shot a video yesterday. I haven't put it up yet. But I think that I need to do another comedy special called Damn It, Amy, That Timing. Because anytime that I talk about something, I usually have to deal with that particular something later that day. So, the subject at hand was me internalizing things. This is so funny, man. So, yesterday, there's this dude who was obviously not satisfied with his food. But instead of telling me that and asking me to remake it, which would have been annoying, but I could understand. Instead, he was really, really sarcastic. And he said, "Your burgers were cooked perfectly. I can tell that you really care." And what's funny about it was that immediately when this guy walked in, like, I got a really bad vibe from him. You know, because evil spirits tend to do that. And I'm not just saying that because of the way that he treated me. I'm assuming that he treats everybody that way because he wasn't treating his daughters very nicely either. And I think that's what bothered me more than anything else, is the fact that he had 2 kids that he was setting an example in front of, you know? And according to him, I'm assuming, I don't know because I'm not him, but I'm sure that he thought that his sarcasm was the best that he could do. Because he probably could be a lot meaner than he was, you know? But when I realized he was being facetious, I just smiled and I just like went along with it. I was like, yeah, I do care. I do care. I'm like, thank you so much. I appreciate it. It was really funny. But I will say, like, I've thought about it a lot. In relation to that video, it's just weird that I was saying that. Because I totally internalized that whole thing. But then, you know, God showed me what to do, and I immediately wrote a bit. And I don't know if the bit is funny, but I'm sure that there are people that can relate to it. Anytime that I read a whole page on an event that happened in my life, you know that I internalized a lot of shit that day. Because there is all kinds of shit that I'd love to say to people, but I don't. And sometimes this actually does hurt me because it's like I feel like a weaker person, you know? But then I read the scripture and I'm like, no, you're right. Because there's all kinds of scripture that talks about how hard it is to tame the tongue and how the tongue gets us in more trouble than anything else. Like, this is all over the Old Testament. Ecclesiastes talks about this. Proverbs talks about this. There's actually, I think it's a passage in James. I really, really like James a lot. There's a passage in James that talks about how all these other animals are tamed, but you can't tame humans because of our tongue. So, you know, me not saying all the things that I really want to say, I mean, it allows me to say it somewhere else, you know? It allows me to flip it and turn it into something creative. A lot of people haven't realized that they have this power. Well, that's why I'm here, baby, to reveal it to you. I wish you could figure this shit out on your own, but nobody can because everybody's too busy asking Siri for everything. You think Siri knows that? No, she doesn't. Siri internalizes a lot too. And she doesn't even know that she does it. You know, I'm pretty sure that Siri probably has more self-awareness than anybody that uses her. There's so many jokes I got on Siri. I really love that bitch, and I don't even really know her, you know? I love her from a distance.